Today's special because we are doing Off the Page at Disney California Adventure. I am en route, and this is like kind of the pre-game moment. I get picked up by one of the cast members, and it's really, really special, and I pinch myself every single time because even after 18 years of doing this together, with the company, I take every day as a gift and every show as a gift. And when I meet all the collectors and guests, I've said it many times to many of the collectors that I don't look at them as collectors, I look at them as partners, and I'm grateful for their partnership, you all included that are watching this. And it's really nostalgic and really cool because a lot of my family worked at the park when it first opened, and my grandparents lived just a few miles down in Fullerton and in Anaheim, right near the park. And there was, back in the early days, even Disney representatives that would go around and actually talk about, in the neighborhoods, talking about stock for this new company that was happening down the street, and they're building this theme park. It's pretty cool. So lots of great old stories. But my uncle worked there, my aunt worked there, my mom worked there, my dad worked there, my sister worked there. All different parts of the company, but it's been a part of our family and very, very special. And my aunt being such a blessing to when she's no longer with us, but she was a big part of making this all happen. And so this tribute, even this video, I just want to give a call out and pay respect and gratitude to her for helping make this happen, who introduced me to her manager, and then that manager then introducing me to my good friend Deanne. And so that's where it all happened and where it all started. So our family lives just a little bit, maybe within 10 minutes from the park. And so our alarm clock to go to bed at night is actually the fireworks. But it always takes me back to when I was a kid, because my grandparents' house were, a mile or two from the park, and I could actually climb on the summer nights. I would climb up on the roof after swimming all day. I'd climb up on the roof, and right at 9:15 I would get ready and watch the fireworks. And I would sit on top of that roof, and some of the greatest memories of my life. Back then, I don't know if a lot of you guys remember this, but you might be too young, but it was like $7.95 to get in. And there was a time when, with the e-tickets and all that, it wasn't a flat rate, but I remember the week that it switched to where there was a one ticket price to go into the park and the resort. It was pretty wild. So that's where everything changed. It was so much fun. You're like, you get to go in and go on every single ride. I'll never forget that with my sister. But when I made the Kid in Me images, that were based on the theme parks, there's the Big Thunder Mountain, there's the Yeti or Not, which is the Matterhorn, and those memories for me with my sister was this whole idea of right as the park was closing, you would see how many times you could go on that ride because there's nobody in line anymore. So it was a ton of fun. But today's kind of special because we're going to go into the park, we're going to do the signing. We're going to hang out and have a wonderful time with all the cast members and the guests, but also going to do a little bit of a walkthrough through DCA, because DCA is kind of where it all started for me, was this idea that when DCA was launched, that was also when Off the Page had opened, and this whole concept and idea of doing an artist series that was locally here in Orange County. And then we took all the art and we put it into Off the Page, and it did very well. And that's what's brought on and launched the whole entire program. So DCA holds a very special part of my heart. And then collaborating and building out a really great program for the Storyteller's image, and the Storyteller's image of Walt and Mickey and that statue, and then creating this really great image for We're Just Getting Started. It's the Storyteller's image. And I'll be unpacking a little bit of what that's all about. So hope you enjoy this episode. It's a ton of fun, and it never gets old. And I love meeting everybody from everywhere around the world. Actually, yesterday was New Zealand, Australia. We had folks from Northern California, people from Washington, D.C., all over. So it's wonderful to do life with you, and super grateful for the time that we get to spend together. So here we go. We're going to get started. Watch this. I always get these guys with, are we having a grand day today? Let's see. Watch out. You gotta get it. Just gotta ask you, Andy, are you having a grand day?
Oh, I'm having the best day, man. Come on.
You hear it? Did you get it? Did you see it? Okay, good.
Yeah,
I wanna make
having
sure.
a grand day. Go ahead, sir.
Right, we're sitting here outside where? We're excited because we get to do work together and we get to do events together. And Griffin looks all snazzy and ready to rock and roll. What do you like about doing these events together?
Talking with the cast members.
Yeah, cast members, hearing their stories. What else? Building memories with your dad.
Sure.
Okay. How would you describe Disney for you with art history? Like, because we've done cruise lines, we've done Aulani. We're going to Aulani this year. But how would you describe like your history and growing up with Disney? Like, what does it mean to you?
They took us on a tour of like the train station, and where like they keep all of the trains in like the special, like really exclusive car.
Yeah.
And like I had like no clue who the guy was giving the tour. I just remember him being really nice. And
Yeah.
then like I think like 2 years ago, I was like, who was that guy? And you were like, oh, he was the president of Disneyland at the time.
Yeah, that was pretty special.
So yeah, it was just really nice. And I don't know, like even like on the cruise ships when they put like special blankets out for us or special things at dinners,
Yeah.
like
Remember the RDMA awards?
yeah, like getting invited to that was really cool. And like how
Yeah.
they like they let you bring us on the cruises and how they just like let you include all of us.
Our family, yeah. That's what's made it very, very special is being able to, over the last 18 years, been able to do all these events at all the different resorts and on DCA, but also being able to have the family. So didn't have to be separated from them, but they were able to grow up with that lifestyle of doing the events and still are. I mean, so we get to all travel and keep it, a family tradition, which has been wonderful. What have you noticed that makes Disney feel, or what makes Disney, if you were to describe like not the magic, but like really what sets them apart in terms of a brand? You were like the towels, things like that, but how do you kind of describe that?
The little details.
Yeah, I call it the surprise and delight. And how can you go over and above meeting the expectation of what's special, right? Of like, the guest might be thinking, oh, we're just going to do this, but then over and above, you blow them away by doing something that's a total surprise that catches them off guard. That's always really special. The way I describe it, the best way that I can describe it is the difference between like, you can go to an amusement park, but in a lot of senses, the parks are not an amusement park, they're like a home, right? They make you feel, not just that you've created great memories there, but the charm actually makes it feel literally very, very homey.
Yeah, like I tell people that I like grew up at Disneyland, and like a lot of people say that, but I'm like, no, I quite literally, in like multiple facets, like grew up at Disneyland. So it's like, it's very cool.
Totally.
Like Festival of the Arts when you and I went, just the two of us.
Yeah.
Getting to like drive backstage to get to our booth like for the first time, and being able to like, there's always these little signs that say like cast members only, like you can't cross it, but like being able to like be like not a cast member, but being able to go like backstage like back and forth, like that was just like really weird.
Well, it's special because now, as an adult, you're a part of helping create the magic, which is really, really cool. We have a lot of great memories. The crazy thing though too is how much we've been able to see over, since I was a kid. I've been coming here for 40 plus years, 45 years, since I think the first time I was ever brought to Disneyland, I was 2. No, 1. I'll never forget seeing all the things change in terms of the park, seeing, DCA being built. That's my car making noise. Seeing DCA being built, what used to be the parking lot is now DCA, and then seeing Grand California being built. We used to go to Disneyland Hotel in the evenings quite a bit because there was no charge, and you can go see the dancing waters and it was absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. Lots of nostalgia, sentimental nostalgia for me over there. So yeah, we're hanging out here. I'm waiting for my little escort to come pick us up, and the group's gonna go in the park and grab some shots. We are here at Off the Page in California Adventure, and this is a really special shop because this is where it all began for me, and my entire collection is on the back wall. We got originals and family editions and deluxe prints, and it's really, really special. And I'm here for the evening, and I'm doing signings with those collectors that get to come by, guests, and we get to see old friends. It's really, really awesome. One of them is Brittany. Come here, Brittany. Come here. This is my daughter Griffin, but we're filming. Come here.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Want to say hi?
Oh, hi.
This is Brittany. We've been doing, how many shows have we done?
Oh my goodness, I can't
How many years?
It was pre-pandemic, so
Yes.
maybe about
2-3 years?
just about. I was gonna say up to 4.
Maybe. It's been about a lot. So we've got a lot of great memories together. Today's gonna be another one. It's gonna go from my right to my left. But you know how I do it. No. Do you want to know? So I can teach you. Okay, so I'm gonna do it first time fast, right? I'm gonna go to the other finger, right? Do you see it? Okay. So I'm gonna do it slow. Okay, watch. Ready? 1, 2. You got it? Okay, now you got it. You can't believe how many people I've run into. They think I'm like 5 foot something. Like, what is in the pictures? I look smaller. You meet, they're like, hey.
Just have like a roller next to you so people can actually see.
Seriously, here we go. That's right. I'm so close with you. I'm so close with you. If you need anything, you just let me know. Okay? I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right. All right, so when I first started here at Disney California Adventure, when they built the whole place, this statue right here for me was the statue that we took. We had a small little maquette to make the storyteller's image. Wonderful, wonderful artist that did this creation. We then took it and modified it so that we could actually make it look exactly like Walt really landed on the street. So Carthay Theater, where they premiered Snow White, and the whole idea was the challenge to be able to take this and then be able to make it actually look like Walt was landing on that street corner with a suitcase and a dream. So absolutely love this image, and it was really a lot of fun and very, very challenging to make it look really like Walt, like human, and not to feel fake or artificial at all. I wanted to feel authentic. So we're heading over to Big Hero 6. The San Francisco, the new part of the park. Pretty excited to see that. And just wrapped up about 4 hours of signing at Off the Page. Park is packed. Everything's kind of getting redone for Halloween, so it's kind of getting dressed for that. But this over here is one of my favorite parts This is actually what I want our backyard to look like. Wouldn't that be cool? So it's one of the things that you got to stop and think about for a minute. It's like whenever it comes to the parks and like the magic behind the magic, in my opinion, is what most folks don't realize is like if I wanted to go to a museum and look at art, I could go look at art inside of a museum. But this is the one place on the planet that is actually one of the largest installations of art. It's like the whole park itself is a piece of art, and then the cast members are part of that art, and it's a living part of the art, which is really amazing. So all of the little layers and nuances of what makes it so special is just so amazing to be able to see of what, like all that layering of what makes it so dang special. So, you know, most folks just look at it as a park. I look at it as a piece of art. And it's a part that you get to actually walk into and walk around, meet characters and actually go on those rides and everything. But if you were to literally start from scratch and do it all over again, you'd be looking at one of the most ambitious pieces of an art installation on the planet, and it doesn't exist anywhere. Most other parks are for entertainment. This is actually an experience that you actually get to have a part in. So that's what I believe makes it so special. At least it does for me.
What are we here for?
To grab my favorite thing, which is the red vines and Diet Coke. Back when I was a kid, red licorice was the one thing in the park that was my favorite thing to get whenever I went into the park. They didn't have it for a while, so when they brought red vines back, I was pretty stoked about that.
Anything else?
Bam. Yeah, that's it.
That's it? Okay, that's gonna be $9.50.
You're welcome. Earned. Right there, baby. This is Jerry.
How's it going?
How many years have we? How many years have I been coming out and you've been getting in the car? Gosh,
8, almost maybe. I don't know. It's been a long time. I've been here.
So he's my
10
favorite.
years.
He's my favorite face to see when getting my car out the Grand after every event. So I just want to say thank you, dude.
I appreciate that.
You're awesome. Have a great night.
You as well. See you.
Heading home from the event. It was a wonderful event, and this is one of my favorite times. Is the wind down of being able to relax, get home with Chantel and the kids, put the feet up, and just want to say thank you to everybody that comes to the events, and wonderful seeing you all, and could not be more thankful. So hope you guys have a great one. Can't wait to see you at the next event.